Good evening, welcome on in to the evening edition of From Day One. Tonight we pick up where we left off on the day side. More of the moron in court.
And welcome to today's video. Today, we have the conclusion to our previous trial featuring Judge Perkins schooling young sovereign citizen Jamil of the family Lockheart. Part 1 was great. Part 2 is fantastic. So let's begin.
Mr. Lockheart.
Yes, hello?
You've been here before, correct?
Yeah, I've been here before.
Have you made any kind of filings on your behalf?
Yeah, quite a few.
This is the city of Detroit versus Jamil Amir Lockheart. Appearance for the record, please.
So I am Jamil of the family Lockheart. The motions that I filed and the documents that I have filed have all been trying to ascertain the jurisdiction of this court. And I don't understand the nature and cause of the action against me. And I'm trying to understand under what jurisdiction the court intends to proceed. First of all, is this going to be a civil or a criminal action? Criminal. Okay. Your Honor, the Constitution grants this court two criminal jurisdictions. One is criminal jurisdiction under the common law, and one is a criminal jurisdiction under admiralty or military tribunal. From Article 1, Section 8, Clause 817 of the Constitution.
Exactly what brand of superglue are you huffing? Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17, also known as the Enclave Clause, gives the government the power to set up a federal exclusion zone for the District of Columbia.
So in which of these two criminal jurisdictions does the court intend to try me?
Where is your motion, sir?
There's a motion filed there. It's a motion to dismiss based on lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
All right, I'm going to deny that motion. I'm going to set a bench trial or jury trial if you choose. Which one would you want to have?
Okay, Your Honor, under what grounds, what facts and findings, conclusions of law are you denying that motion to dismiss? I'm trying to understand the jurisdiction of the court. You have not disclosed it to me.
I'm asking you to disclose it to you. Check the court rules, sir.
Well, Your Honor, the Sixth Amendment grants me the right to understand the nature and cause of any action brought against me, and it grants you the duty to inform me. So I don't think you would be breaching your oath of office if you were to inform me under which jurisdiction this court intends to proceed. In order for me to intelligently defend myself without an attorney, I need to understand which jurisdiction the court intends to proceed to conduct a defense.
We have a very good attorney on the line, Mr. Elwood Terry. If you want to speak to him in a breakout room, I can give you that opportunity. Other than that, I'm going to set a bench trial or a jury trial in the matter.
Okay. Please let the record show that I have attempted to understand or to ask what is the jurisdiction of the court is operating under. And it appears that the court is operating under a secret jurisdiction.
Yeah, I knew the express was out there. Okay, I can help. We don't
Maybe
need to get
only known to bar members and licensed attorneys. So let the record show that I am trying to understand jurisdiction and nature of cause against me, and the court has denied me that information.
I'm not denying you the information. The information is public information, sir. The information is outlined in the Michigan court rules. You need to read the Michigan court rules, and you can find out jurisdiction. It'll tell you everything about jurisdiction. That's entirely public information. You can go online and type in the court rules, the whole book. That's ascertain to you online.
Sir, the Sixth Amendment grants
I'm not required.
Inform me of the nature and cause of any action brought against me. And right now, you're denying that right.
Sir, don't speak over me. You want me to inform you of the nature and cause of the action. You're charged with driving while license not valid or improper. The other charges, no insurance, misdemeanor. The allegation is that you were driving the same 2011 Jaguar in the city of Detroit without the proper registration on that vehicle.
Who could have guessed? No driver's license, no insurance, no registration. The traveler's trifecta.
I understand the
The maximum cost, don't interrupt me, sir.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Those are the charges. Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial?
Your Honor, I am trying to understand the jurisdiction of this court. As I said, you told me it was a criminal jurisdiction.
If you read the Michigan court rules, the Michigan court rules will tell you and give you jurisdiction. So they have a copy of the Michigan court rules online or at the public library. I'm sure it is not as easily ascertainable, and we're not going to keep going down this road, son, young man. Do you want a bench trial?
So I cannot. I'm asking you a very specific question, and it is this a criminal jurisdiction under common law, or is it a criminal jurisdiction under military tribunal?
Listen, it's let's move on to the next person.
Sir, please answer that.
You
can only be one or the other.
You'll leave me no choice but to hold you in contempt. I'm asking you a specific question.
I do not wish to be held in contempt. I am trying to exercise my Sixth Amendment right. I can show you exercise of constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime, sir.
Yeah, well, being a dipshit in court can. It's called contempt. And while the Sixth Amendment does guarantee the right to be informed of the cause and nature of any allegations brought against you, nowhere does it afford you the guarantee that your dumbass will understand them.
Sir, the way you speak to the court is via motion, okay? If you have a motion that I've already denied one of your motions, if you have another motion,
under what basis? Under what grounds have you denied my motions?
It's not my job to explain to you all of the court rules, sir.
Sir, there's only two jurisdictions this court can operate under.
You're going to be treated just like any other lawyer that comes in this courtroom. So you have to know the rules.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to seek legal advice or ask you what the rules are. I'm asking you a very specific question. There can only be two jurisdictions under criminal law. And is it under common law or is it admiralty law?
There's no such thing as admiralty law, just like there's no such thing as subtract morality law. It's called admiralty law, and if you look beneath your feet, you'll notice there's a big fucking ocean missing for this to be in the jurisdiction of admiralty law. Okay, so that's the end of his first appearance at his second appearance, and just like his first appearance on his first appearance, he decided to stick around to the end of the docket just to argue with the judge.
On the record for Mr. Jamil Lockheart.
Yes.
All right. This is the last time I'm going to say this. I'm not going to continue to go back and forth with you regarding court rules and all of those positions that you have. If you put it in a motion, we'll set a motion hearing date.
If you are setting a motion hearing date, you are doing so without my understanding of the nature and cause of the action against me.
Listen,
I cannot move forward until I have these questions answered. These are basic questions that you are obligated under the Sixth Amendment.
I'm not obligated to answer any of that stuff. I gave you the answer to that stuff by looking in the court rules. You're obligated to know the rules.
Sir, what you mentioned is statutory law, and if we are proceeding under some kind of statutory law, I motion that we dismiss for lack of a sworn complaint or anything signed by injured party. And in fact, where is the injured party? Is the officer present, and who is the injured party in this case?
The officer is not required to be present today. It is a pretrial date. I'll hold that dismissal motion in abeyance until the date of trial. If there's no signed complaint on the date of trial, then we will dismiss by no signed complaint. So I'll give the city an opportunity to come up with a signed complaint.
I'm sorry, is the city the injured party here?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, well, sir, I move that we either dismiss this case or move this case to federal court. If the city is the plaintiff or injured party, they cannot also be the judge and prosecutor.
File a motion on that, sir. If you're saying that I do have a signed complaint one.
That brings me back to my original question. Is this a statutory proceeding? Because if there is, there would have to be an international contract or agreement. And I would implore the prosecution to put that agreement on the record and explain how I am party to it.
Young man, you got to go do your homework, okay? And it appears that you're taking this position and you're adamant about this position, and you're free to do that. Now, whether you're going to win in this position,
You won't.
that's going to be up to what you say in your brief, and how it relates to the law, and we'll make a decision on that stuff, okay? But at this point, you need to educate yourself, because you seem like a very articulate, educated young man. You need to educate yourself on court rules and procedure. Until you get it correct, we can't talk, because we have to be speaking the same language, okay?
I mean, that's the main thing I'm trying to understand here, sir. Is this a common
So
law criminal procedure or
I'm giving you some direction on.
Well, sir, I don't know which rules. If you could tell me where I could find the rules for.
I told you, go to Michigan court rules. They got Michigan court rules.
They have rules for criminal procedure under statutory law.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Could you please direct me to that?
Are you actually asking the judge to hold your hand and walk you through the exact same
Sounds
search
like he is.
process that you used to get your law degree?
I've already directed you to it. Michigan court rules. There's a book that's over 1,000 pages, and it'll give you.
Actually, just under 1,000, Your Honor.
Well, close to 1,000 pages. It has those questions outlined in there. You're expecting to know
Are
that.
those Michigan court rules? Is that statutory law?
I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you, sir. Whatever motions that you have, that's how you speak to the court, through motions. And whatever motions that you have, I will review it. I read all the motions that come across. I check all the law myself. And if you have some law, I would suggest that law that you're saying that we don't.
Your Honor, there is no international contract. I mean, we've asked the prosecutor to produce an international contract that would bind me to this statutory proceeding, and I'm not aware of any contract. In the absence of such contract, I motion that we dismiss this case.
How
Denied.
nice of you to give us all a get out of murder free card, since there is no complaining witness and I never had a contract with the state not to kill anybody. See, that's not how this works. When you drive on the public roadways and when you use public services and even when you demand certain rights be preserved in the court, like you did today, you also agree to all the laws and obligations that come with the government preserving those rights.
And for the record, I
So
would just
in order to, you can move to the circuit court, and you can appeal my decision as it relates to that. But we're not going to keep on going back and forth.
I think we should move this case to federal court. As I stated, if the city is the injured party,
File a motion so I can, on your removal motion. File a motion.
I do not wish to continue or delay this any further. There's been no evidence presented to substantiate any kind of jurisdiction in this case. This is our second time. I've asked for this the first time, and there's been no evidence of any jurisdiction. And I don't understand why, you're insisting on, moving to another court date, and we have not addressed this very basic and fundamental issue of jurisdiction. If it cannot be proven and proven on the record, then this case must be dismissed. Well, I mean, I don't understand why we are delaying this any further.
Because you're an
We
idiot.
don't have to delay it any further. I can put a warrant out for your arrest, and you don't have to show up. I mean, you don't have to deal with that then. But at some point, You're going to have to be.
Under what grounds, under what basis are you putting a warrant out for my arrest?
On the grounds that you won't shut your mouth and pay attention. I mean, if you just stop focusing on how you could talk over the judge and assert your mental midgetness on him, you would have understood that he was saying that we can skip all the formalities of setting up court dates that you have no intention of coming back to, and he can just issue a warrant for your arrest today.
And you
I didn't say I was going to put a point. I said if you're telling the court that you're not going to come back to any court dates, then that's up to you. All I can do.
What I'm saying, sir, is I don't wish to delay this any further. There has been no proof of jurisdiction. There is no live injured party. I mean, there's a claim that the city of Detroit is an injured party, but I'm not aware of any international agreements or contracts that I've entered into with the city of Detroit, and the prosecutor can't provide that. And it seems like there's a bias going on here because flat on his face, the prosecutor hasn't even spoken on this issue. And you just insist that we move to another court date, and I don't understand. I mean, your oath of office is to uphold the Constitution, and what I'm asking is
what you're saying is that I don't have any authority.
Yeah, sounds like what he's
I'm
going to
asking
claim,
you
Your
to prove
Honor.
your authority.
Let me give you some advice, because I've watched too many trials to know that what you just said is the fastest way for a judge to kill two birds with one stone. Not only does he get to prove to you that he does in fact have jurisdiction over you, but he also gets to set an example for anybody else watching of what not to do in the future.
I'm not
asking you to prove your authority. I'm trying to understand where your authority is coming from.
And I told you, read the Michigan court rules, read your statutes, read the Constitution over again, and you'll find that.
As I said before, I'm not asking you for legal advice.
And the Michigan Constitution.
If you have a legitimate jurisdiction, I'm asking you, is it a criminal jurisdiction under statutory law, or is it under the common law?
We're going to give them a
And you will not answer that question. Your Honor, we cannot proceed until I understand the nature and cause of the action against me.
I'm going to say this one last time to you, sir. Go, and if you want to speak to the court, if you have any objection to the court and these dates, and if you don't feel that these dates are lawful, and if you whatever your claim is that you're stating, you speak to the court through motions. I want that, and those motions that you're entertaining on the record right now, I've dismissed some of them already. I want you to file those motions with the court.
So that
the court can read your motion and make a ruling and give the city attorney an opportunity to respond. If you do it the proper way, you might learn something. But I don't think that the way that you're going, that you're even if they show you documentation like it is in black and white, you're not going to believe that anything. That's the perception that I'm getting from you. So I'm going to set these dates. It's going to be up to you whether you want to come to these court hearings or not. And if you don't come to the court hearings, the only recourse I have is to issue a warrant for failure to appear. Okay? So,
sir, I still have this same question that you keep failing to answer. And without that question being understood,
and that's it. I'm done talking about it, okay? That's it. So I'm going to set a
let the record show that the judge has refused.
Listen, sir, don't interrupt me again, okay? Don't interrupt me again.
Please interrupt me.
Let's set a motion date for.
Do not consent.
Please do not say anything else, sir.
Well, you've been warned. Whatever happens to you next is your own damn fault.
Sir, I'm exercising my Sixth Amendment right. The Sixth Amendment exercise of an amendment right is not converted into a crime, sir.
I'm holding you in contempt of court, sir.
I'm holding you until you're stupid.
As I stated before, I'm trying to understand the jurisdiction of the
I'm not
court.
going to deal with you. You're going to jail.
Pursuant to
He's going to hell.
Sixth Amendment.
Whatever work we need to do and fill it out, we're going to fill it out this time. I'm holding your client. Well, Mr. Berry, you are not representing this client because this client is probably Do you want the representation of a lawyer, sir, at this point now, sir? Because now
That would
you're
be the
looking at
smart
30
thing to
days
do.
in the Wayne County Jail. Do you want the representation or not?
Looking at 30 days is not the same thing as being sentenced to 30 days. You still have time to save yourself. Just take the free lawyer. I mean, I'd take the free lawyer. You guys watching the video, y'all take the free lawyer. But Lockhart? No, because Lockhart's a subject matter expert and truly puts the special in special appearance.
Please let the record show that I have attempted to understand the jurisdiction of this court, and this court has refused me that answer. And apparently, it is a jurisdiction only understood to bar members and licensed attorneys. This is a direct violation of the Constitution, and I do not consent. I do not agree.
He's stupid. He's dumb.
That's it.
He's still going, by the way. Fast forwarding because he's doing more.
Your Honor, I do not wish to be held in contempt.
It's too late.
I've merely asked a very basic, simple question, and you have refused to answer it. I feel as though the court is trying to constrain me to an unfair plea in absence of my understanding of the nature and cause of the action against me. So did you receive the documents that I sent you asking for your anti-bribery statement?
Yeah, he's still being stupid.
Hello.
Still being stupid. I just thought that was funny to stop there for a second.
How about for you to report to the Wayne County Jail today?
I do not accept.
Nor do most pieces of trash who go to jail for contempt of court, which is perfectly fine, since your acceptance is merely a personal courtesy and not a jurisdictional requirement.
I do not understand the nature and cause of the action against me. You have told me this is a criminal jurisdiction.
Sir, please no, I told you, don't say I'm going to add some more days and keep on.
Please,
keep
Your
on
Honor,
talking.
add some more days.
You already got 30
I
days.
don't understand, sir.
I'm adding more. If you keep on talking, please do not say anything else.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It happened very
It's
fast.
happening again right now on the record. So those are the reasons
I'm just
that I
appalled.
find, again, another contempt. And it just continues to happen. And I'm going to get, now, if you have one more interruption with me, sir, I'm going to add another 30 days to that.
So another,
You're looking
please.
at the 60 days. You're looking
Please
at, you're going to get 30 days. Right now, you're going to get 60 days if you have one more interruption too. And it will be no early release. At this point, I'm going to order you to report to the Wayne County Jail. Sir, do you have any further questions?
I just want to make sure I can speak without being held in contempt or.
Yes, you may speak. I asked you, do you have any further questions, sir?
Thank you. Your Honor, I would just like to tell you, man to man,
Please don't be
that
dumb.
it was not my intent to be in
Please don't
contempt.
be dumb.
Has never been my goal. I try to do everything in accordance with the law. As you can see, I've
Okay.
filed documents. I filed motions. I've requested information from the court, all in a desperate effort to wrap my head around the proceedings and what's going on here today. And I'm sorry if I may have gotten frustrated and not being able to understand the nature and cause and action against me. But just again, that was not my intention. I look forward to handling this as amicably as possible.
Would you look at that? A soft-tard that actually knows how to apologize for his behavior. Is what I would have said if he would have just shut the fuck up and stopped
gonna
there.
say, I don't know if
Instead,
I'm
he
gonna
just
give him
kept
credit.
on going and reminded the court that his actions were only contemptuous because of the court's lack of legal understanding.
I think that the record will show, I think that the prosecutor will agree that there is no international contract to which I'm tied under statutory jurisdiction.
You.
And I would love to see it. I would love to see that evidence. But also, we covered the fact that the city is the injured party or the plaintiff. And this would be an improper venue anyway. But I appreciate your advice on handling that and moving forward with motions. I will be doing that. But again, this thing of contempt, it's just, as one man to another, trying to understand and stand on my constitutional rights, and exercising them. And I feel today, as what's happened is my pursuit in doing that has somehow been converted into crime against me, which is a tragedy in, in anyone's eyes, So I cannot consent to moving forward because I still do not understand the nature and cause against me. And I will be communicating in writing, and someone can give that to me in writing, and we can go from there.
So basically, you're sorry, not sorry. And if you were wondering if Judge Perkins was going to go all soft on him and give him a break after that apology that was as empty as his cranial well, you don't know Judge Perkins that well.
All right. And the court has heard all of what you. I respect the fact that you're trying to use the system and you're trying to operate by your understanding of the system. And the court is not trying to impair you in any type of way to present any claims that you may have. I continually refer you to the Michigan court rules, the Michigan Constitution, the United States Constitution. You want to find jurisdiction, you want to challenge jurisdiction, and I told you if you want to challenge that, you're free to do that. The court is never going to impair anybody to challenge any of the allegations that are held that are brought against them. But there is a procedure, and whether you want to, you got to play by the rules, sir. And whether you accept the rules or not, that's not going to change the rules and the stuff that has been codified and the stuff that has been litigated and argued for over 2 centuries. The rules are not going to change for your position. Now, I asked you to continue not say anything. I tried. I don't know what position you're really taking or where you're getting all this stuff from. And I asked you to put that stuff in motion. When I asked you to please be quiet, please, I give you ample time to speak. I have not impaired your ability to put what's on the record, but you continually say the same thing over and over. And then when I ask you to please be quiet, and when I tell you that I'm going to hold you in contempt, if you're not quiet, and you continually go over and over and disobey what the court is trying to say, then I have left with no other option to do what I've already done.
Correct.
So you have an absolute right to an attorney. I gave you Mr. Very, 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 very good attorney. Now, whether you want to listen to his advice or not, you have him there at your disposal. Other than that, sir, I don't know what to do for you. So I'm ordering you to report to the Wayne County Jail by 5 p.m. today.
It just happened so fast, sir. I think we...
Hold on. What's this we shit? See, that's your problem. There wasn't any we moving too fast. There was you moving too fast. It was you who decided to reverse the normal order of logic and speak before you think, and it's you who's going to be spending the next month in jail.
Well, maybe you may learn something from this. Maybe you may learn something from this, and that 30 days will give you an opportunity to go read and educate yourself on how this works. I got other people that are taking the same position as you, and I've afforded them the same exact opportunity as you have. And they did not do what you did today. They're holding fast on their position, and that's fine. I respect that. But I don't respect you interrupting me, and it seems that you really need an education on how this stuff works, and I'm going to get you one today. Now, Mr. Berry, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Elwood S. Berry, Jr., P28880, on behalf of this defendant.
Now, do you want to speak with Mr. Berry in a breakout room, sir, or not?
Please, for for the love of licking windows, just take the lawyer. Forget that he looks like he's contemplating ending it all when he gets home just to avoid having you as a client. But to Lockhart's credit, he's not the type of crayon muncher to quit that easy, especially when there's still brown ones left to eat.
No, with all due respect, Your Honor, I have the right to represent myself in my own person, and that is what I intend to do. After having understood the nature and cause of the action against me.
Well, I've given you. We've gone over all the natures and causes. We've gone over the maximum possible penalty for these offenses. I gave you an opportunity to speak with and explain to you how the court hears your representations. You can choose to file those representations or not. But in the meantime, I'm going to order you now. I gave you the dates. I'm going to order you now to report to the Wayne County Jail by 5 p.m. today. Do those 30 days. All right?
I do not consent.
Bye. Have a great time. All right, guys. That's the end of the video. I found a couple of.
Thank you. If you do come up with any more of those, Father Skeptic, please send them our way. Till then, that brings us to the evening session to a close. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Help us get to the goal of 50,000 views, 1,000 subscribers. Some boxing extends those presents, and we're in the final countdown of that within mere hundreds. So please help us get there. Till then, tomorrow. Thanks for watching from day one. Have a great night.